my crafty friends. I hope you all are wonderful on this lovely Thursday afternoon. This evening, I am putting together a fleece rag quilt. It was a kit that I was given a few years back, and when I moved last year, it was put away in my stuff, and I had completely forgotten about it until I started going through some things the other day, and I found it. So here I am, going to see how quickly I can get this done. Now, I've already completed the first row, and there are only 7 little blocks in this, 7 blocks per row, and 9 rows. It only takes about 3 to 5 minutes per row. So I don't have to layer anything. I don't have to quilt anything once it's all put together. So I'm hoping to just whip this out probably in an hour and a half maybe. So let's get busy and see if we can get this done here and just get this little project out of the way. So anyway, let's get busy and see how long it takes to get this done. Okay, here we go. Row number 2, let's see. All the puppy dogs are right side up. This is puppy dogs, by the way. Let me see if I can show you on this block right here. There it is. Those are puppy dogs. All those colored blocks are puppies. How cute is that? So I want to make sure all my puppies are going the same direction. Okay, so on my second row, do you see what I did, folks? I put 2 solid blocks together with the puppies at the end. That was a big no-no. So, rip a seam and redo that. Where did my seam ripper go? There it is. Oops. Okay. So, this is not an easy thing to do with fleece, but we're going to do it anyway. I told you some days, and this seems to be one of those days. I think I did mention in one of my earlier videos that usually when I get something wrong on a quilt and I have to rip a seam, it's because I wasn't paying attention. This is a good example of that. This is righty. Let's see, can we try this again? Okay. All I have to do is flip that little block there, Get that puppy on the right side, and we are back in business. Look at that. That was easy. Good thing I saw that. All right. So now I have row 2 fixed. Everything is in the right place. See, can we get it on row 1? And okay, so if you're wondering why I keep itching my nose, it's because there's a lot of fibers flying around here. Oh. Sorry about that. Okay, so my big challenge right here with these is right here on this corner, because there's all of these tabs hanging around. So this is going to be my big challenge, is coming up to these corners. So we'll see how this goes here in a minute. My only challenge with these fleece rag quilts is coming up to those corners. Let's see how this goes. Okay, where is it? Okay, make sure that's open. Okay, and that's open. Make sure. Everything is where it's supposed to be. So, there we go. And sometimes, where they cut those little tabs want to tuck under and hide, which doesn't help. And then it bulks up where that is. So let's see, can we keep going here? Now this is what takes a little bit longer to do, is right here where these seams are. Okay. Okay. Gotcha. And I have not forgotten about the Cancer quilt. I found a backing for it from my fabric stash, and I am working on getting that backing cut to the correct size. I will then iron it and get it squared up so it will fit the top. I will then layer it, and then I will put it on the frame, and I am hand quilting that. So This is quite challenging, but I think I found a way to deal with those seams. I have done the flip-flop like you do on regular quilt seams. You flip one seam one way and the other seam the opposite direction, like you're nesting them. And that is working much, much better. So I am quite happy with that. I am quite happy with it. So now if I can get my nose to stop itching, I will be very happy. And I'm going to take a break because I'm getting a little bit tired. I need some water. Let me take a breather for a minute and we'll be right back. And a good Sunday evening to you all. As you can see, I finished the fleece rag quilt. I had several challenges with it. I will show you my bloopers and challenges at the end of the footage here. To give you a review on a fleece rag quilt, I have several issues with it, including that the flanges make it very difficult to find the seams and to make sure everything is lined up, and to make sure that whatever is on the bottom, that the little cut phalanges don't get caught in the seam or somewhere that they're not supposed to be. So I do take that issue with it. And going across the seams was very difficult because of the extra phalanges in the corners. So I had to find a way to move those little flanges so that they were not in the way of my sewing, and that everything was sewn the way it was supposed to be. So I think, if I'm not going to buy one on purpose, okay, but if I ever receive another fleece rag quilt, more than likely I will cut off all the flanges. That means the blocks will be smaller, a little bit smaller than they were meant to be, but I will cut off all the flanges before excuse me, before I put together another fleece rag quilt. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Anyway, yeah, I did have several issues, and Thursday evening I stopped on row 4. I was gonna put row 5 on, but I was getting really tired because I had run into so many snags. It was making me a little frustrated, and I was getting tired. So I thought it best to put it down for the evening, which is always best to do. If you're getting frustrated with a project, put it down, pick it back up the next day, or wait a day or two and then pick it back up. I did not pick this up again until Saturday. When I picked it up Saturday to continue making the individual rows, what happened was I found that the rows that I had already put together, some of them, when I picked up the blanket, I saw a lot of holes where the seams were, which meant those little cut flanges got caught in the seams and did not allow me to complete the seam correctly. So I had to rip out 3 different seams and completely redo them. So that was, it was, this little blanket was a bit of a challenge, but I got through it. Everything is the way it's supposed to be now, and I corrected the mistakes I had previously made. And so everything is where it's supposed to be, and it looks the way it's supposed to. So I'm happy about that. I am happy to get that whip out of the way and off of my list. I have a lot more whips to be done, but in my next video you will see the Cancer Survivor quilt. Now I am going to layer that and get it on the frame because, as I said before, I'm going to hand quilt this one. So, and in the process, while I'm hand quilting that one, that's going to take several days. That's probably going to take me about a week to hand quilt that one. But I do have another quilt in process. I have drawn out where I want my blocks, my little blocks to go, my little squares. I'm doing 6.5 inch squares, I believe. They're 6.5. Let me see. Let me measure them correctly to tell you the truth. Yeah, I'm using 6.5 inch squares, and I'm going to do a diagonal pattern. So I'm going to put different colors in each diagonal row, and then white squares in between each. So every other diagonal row will be white. One will be color, the next will be white, and then color in the white and color in the white. So that's the next quilt I'm going to put together. So once I get that, all of those squares cut out, which I do have some more to cut out, and get my pattern colored, then I will introduce that one to you and we will start work on that one. Okay, so the rag fleece is done, and now I can get busy and start quilting on the Cancer Survivor quilt. All right, everybody, y'all have a great week, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. And oh, please like and subscribe. Thanks. Love y'all. Whoa. Oops. All right then. Okay. Seriously? What have we got going here tonight, folks? What is going on here? That is tangled in there. My goodness. Wow. Just when you think a project is going to be quick and easy, right? I guess that's the reality of any project. I ran out of bobbins. Okay. I am not going to ask the next question because I do not want to know the answer. So we're just going to leave that right there, folks. On my second row, Do you see what I did, folks? I put 2 solid blocks together with the puppies at the end. That was a big no-no. So, rip a seam and redo that. Where did the seam ripper go? There it is. Oops. Okay. So, this is not an easy thing to do with fleece, but we're going to do it anyway. I told you some days, and seems to be one of those days. And I'm going to take a break because I'm getting a little bit tired. I need some water. Let me take a breather for a minute, and we'll be right back.